If you guys are seeing this video, it's because you want to know more about what happened between Mike and I and why the How-To Guy is not on the air anymore. Chances are you probably found this video through my last blog that I just shot less than a minute ago. And so here's what happened. By the end of season 1, I'm sure you guys saw that neither Mike nor I were really having fun anymore. It's namely the How to Speak Redneck episode. That one sticks out in my mind a lot. Because by the time you guys saw the shot that you saw on YouTube, we were so dead that it wasn't even funny. And that was the episode that I said, we've got to go on hiatus. So we were literally off the air for about 6 months, preparing for season 2. But I looked at Mike that night, I said, we got to end on a big note. I said, we have got to do something that's over the top. And that's when we did the truck episode. That is the moment that we said, here's what the How-To Guy is going to look like next season. And that's what I still want it to look like. But because of things that happened during the hiatus, and I'm not going to lie to you, I'm pretty sure Mike wouldn't at this point. Mike was on drugs. I mean, you could see it at the beginning of season 2. He didn't care. I mean, he had no bearings as to what was right and wrong. We were going to do 20 episodes in season 2. 20 over-the-top episodes. And it started out with a phenomenal comeback. And we revisited the truck episode. We did a winter version of the truck episode, which was, in my mind, still one of the better episodes. But after that, it went downhill. For those of you that saw the chainsaw episode, although it was a good episode, you weren't seeing what was happening behind the scenes. You weren't seeing him flail the chainsaw around. You weren't seeing, him doing the stupid shit. You weren't seeing the fights him and I were having. And it became really imminent in the bonfire episode. Because that was going to be an over the top thing. And we had the bonfire built. And it was windy. That day I remember vividly. It was windy out. And we had a hell of a bonfire built. So I said, we'll come back to it. We will, let it sit overnight. We'll come back to it tomorrow. We'll light it off. And it will be over the top. No chemicals. We were just going to light it off. I went back to his house the next day. After work. It was still... It was... see, March by that point, and we were in the field, and he went to the back seat of the truck, and he grabbed gasoline, and I just looked at him. I said, we can't do this, because I knew at that point I was almost 90% sure that he was high. Well, that sparked a fight that just didn't end well. And I didn't see Mike for almost a month at that point. By the time we were able to get back, his father had started planting in the field. So we had to really think something up. So we started the bonfire episode out in the quarry behind the field. And I was trying to build a fire. He was just sitting there filming the plants. I don't know how much footage I've got of just plants. Trees, shrubs. He would film anything that he thought he could interact with, and he was calling it bonus footage. And it just wasn't happening. So that was the episode where I said, fuck it, I've had it. And I left. And I think we might have shot another episode after that. I don't think I ever put it up on YouTube because by that point he was so baked that he just couldn't do it anymore. So I looked at him, I said, I've had it. I got my stuff. No, I lied. We filmed 3 episodes after that. His father gave him the basement. So he built that. He built the basement out of the tarps, right? Which I believe is still up on YouTube. He was baked doing that. And that's when the fighting really got bad. This was after the bonfire episode that we had the bad fight. It got to the point that he was about using fists. And we got in fist fights over stupid shit because he was high. And I looked at him one night, I said, I can't do this anymore. I went over one night after that, it was a couple weeks later, and on the bulkhead, someone knocked on the door. He opened it up, and some guy, about his father's age, in his 50s anyways, walked in with 2 cases of beer. Mike's over 21, I really didn't care. I was over 21, but I don't drink. And Mike looked, offered me one. He knew that I didn't drink, but he offered me one anyways, because he was being nice. And then the guy says, oh, I almost forgot, ran outside to his truck and brought back in a bong. I just looked, I said, I'm out of here. I didn't see Mike again for almost 6 months. And I just stayed away from him. I looked at it, or he called me one night at work about 2 months ago. He said, we need to meet up. I've got an idea. I looked, I said, meet me up front. I said, we'll talk, but don't expect anything. That's when he told me that he was on drugs, which I already figured out. And he told me, basically, that he wanted to do the how-to guide again. And I looked, I said, we can't do it. That was my answer to him. We aren't doing it. That was, honest to God, my answer. Because I don't want to do it with him again. He's had his shot, he blew it. He blew his trust with me. And I've helped him out a little bit since that night, but not, it's not ever going to be the way it was. So I'm sorry if you guys want to see that happen. I just don't foresee it happening anytime soon. As far as the new how-to guide goes, I'm pretty sure Corey wants to do it with me. So, this is his shot. This is when we find out where the how-to guide goes from here. Paul's interested, Corey's interested, Mike's definitely interested, but like I said, I don't foresee that happening. And it's just gonna be a long time before it does happen. So, I've been promising this video for a long time. I've had a few minutes, I'm out on the road. I just wanted to give you guys, an idea of what's gonna happen, what is happening, and how it's gonna happen. So, if you guys have any questions or comments, anything I missed, and I'm pretty sure I didn't miss much of anything, but if you guys have any questions or comments after watching this video, please, like always, post it down below. From now on, I'm going to be completely honest, because it needs to happen. So until next time, guys, I'm John, and next time I promise it won't be sobering news like this. Take it easy, guys, and have a good day.